The strategy of going after the queen bees to try to dismantle an organization, does that work? Like,
So there were mixed success. We have found that one of two things usually happens. If you attack a queen bee either before or the head of a terrorist cell, if you attack the head of the cell before they're able to create a succession plan, and or if they are in control of the cell and they don't trust their people, if you kill that person, the cell melts down because they have no leadership, they have no organization, they have no plan. But if you're dealing with somebody who has a succession plan, or if you're dealing with somebody who does kind of have relationships with the people that they command, you run the risk of killing the person who's actually the most moderate. And then the next person to rise up is worse.
Because it's like, I feel like Israel did a great job targeting a lot of the Hamas leaders, but they seem to still be doing their thing over there. I actually don't know.
Yeah, so
we don't get accurate information.
But Israel did a phenomenal job in the way that they targeted their leadership because they hit all the leaders at once, right? Or the majority of leaders at once. So now it's like you have no logistics and you have no communications and you have no military leadership and you have no civilian core, connection to the government. Like, we've killed 9 people. There's only 3 left, and those 3 are in hiding. What the fuck are you going to do? And then succession plans start to kick in, but it's not like the succession plans were ever serious because there was never an imminent threat to the leadership. So, and then they did the same thing with Hezbollah, and then they've tried to do the same thing with Iran.
So why is Hamas still such a threat?
I don't think Hamas is the threat that they claim it is. I think now Netanyahu is trying to deliver a campaign promise, essentially, where he's like, I'm going to rid us of Hamas. We also, again, to reiterate the whole, like, Israel's like the shitty 401k, right? Israel's like the shitty 401k. We don't like it, but we still have it.
Right.
Which means we have Netanyahu. Netanyahu's on trial for corruption charges in Israel. Yeah. He knows that as soon as this whole fucking thing ends, a civilian trial begins. And he knows that half his population doesn't agree with him or more. And he knows that there's 0% of the international community that's going to come to his side. So he has one hope: cause as much damage to enough Israeli enemies as possible so that when the civilian courts look at him, they're like, you did some really important stuff for us and for our children for the future. So we're either going to waive the sentencing or lessen the sentencing or let you live out your days retired and whatever, or we'll let you go to the United States and live in New York.
It is a bold risk, and I don't know that it's a risk. I think it's kind of a selfish risk because I think he's doing a lot more damage internationally for Israel and for Jews internationally. I think they're facing a lot more scrutiny because of this one guy's actions. And
I don't disagree with you, and I think there's plenty of voices out there that would say the same thing.
Yeah.
That's when you have to think about the calculus. If you're Netanyahu, what is your calculus? First and foremost, survive, protect yourself.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's reckless, but I do understand where it comes from. Okay, I'm gonna let you choose your own adventure. Ooh. You're promoting your book, Shadow Cell. Great book.
Thank you. Did you actually read it? Or just being nice?
What was your favorite part?
The summary I read on ChatGPT
really
was incredible.
Riveting. I really liked the cover. The cover was killer.
No, the summary I read was riveting. I really wish I had read the actual book. And I will. I read a lot of books halfway through.
When will you read it?
You will be one of those
What date will you have read it?
It's all right.
I have to read a Jack Reacher novel, and then I'll read about Real Spice.
Nice.
All right. So you can talk about the book, but I also know, having done just like promo for a comedy special, you go talk about it ad nauseum, and you're like, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm done with this. So we can talk about the book, and then I could ask you some other questions that we have about what's going on in the world as our expert, or we can talk about this and then get to the book and close with the book. What would you prefer? Oh, we also have a lightning round of questions, but that'll be quick.
Let's put off the book. Let's go with your questions first.
Sick of talking about it. I knew it.
I actually really appreciate that you know how this works.
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't understand how it works.
Yeah, and you're answering the same questions, and it's like, guys, read the book or read a 4-page summary on ChatGPT.
or don't read the book, but at least go order the book.
Yeah,
so that I get points for it.
Dude,
do something.
It looks very cool. Oh, here's a question actually. Before we get into the book, so my understanding of this book from ChatGPT and Mark is you basically, this is a CIA mission. You are allowed to talk about it. You could have said every country, every name, everything, but you made a deal with CIA to say, hey, you guys can help me with this book and I can protect these names, or I can do this on my own without your help and it's going to get a lot more publicity and I'm going to get on national bestseller lists, whatever. What would you rather do?
Close.
Okay.
That's Mark GPT was a little bit inaccurate. So my wife and I were very committed when we wrote, because this is our operational memoir.
It's your life.
Yeah, this was our operational memoir.
I really wish I had taken it more seriously and read the book.
It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. From just like 12 years ago, right? Not long ago.
Okay.
And the men and women who operated with us are still in the field, many of them still doing the same operations. So it was never on the table for her and I. It was never on the table to talk about the people.
Okay.
So all the characters, quote unquote characters that you read, they're modeled off the real people, right? There really was a guy named James. There really was a guy who was named James in the book. There really was a girl who was named Tasha in the book. She really did have a cute child who was named Monty in the book. All right, so everything's real, but we didn't want to give the real people because the country where this took place is for sure going to know that we're talking about them.
Okay.
Because they have my face, they have my file, they have my records, they have my travel details. They know me.
Yeah.
And they know that if I wrote this book, it's about them. And they're going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Well, what I didn't want to do and what my wife didn't want to do, we didn't want to give them enough information to reverse engineer and find the other people. So we told CIA, we're not going to talk about the people. CIA actually came in and was like, oh, no, you're allowed to talk about the people. You just use the first name of the true first name and their last first initial. And we were like, that's a policy thing. That's a stupid operational rule. So we're not going to touch the people at all. But we are going to talk about where it really took place. And in 2021, when we told them we wanted to do this, they gave us approval. But by 2022, when we finished the manuscript, the whole world had changed. Right? Multiple global events happened in 2022. I'm sure you can wrap your minds around it. And it changed the landscape of geopolitical pressures against the United States. And then they came in and they said, that book that you wrote is classified from beginning to end. It'll never see the light of day. And that's when we kind of had this back and forth for many years, trying to find a way to get it published, trying to find a way to get CIA to accept that there wasn't anything in the book that was going to harm national security.
Okay.
It's not going to look good geopolitically, but it's not going to get anybody killed.
Right.
And they just kept fighting with us and fighting with us. So then in 2024, my wife really decided to escalate things, and she brought on an attorney, and she said, we think that we have a legal case to sue CIA. And the attorney reviewed and said, yeah, you have a First Amendment right case that you would win if you sued CIA and took them to court.
Isn't it nice when your wife is combative with somebody else?
Yes.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Yeah, I think our wives would get along.
Oh my
or
gosh.
hate each other violently. Either way, it'd be fun for us because we'd be out of it. But when they decide to fight someone else, I'm like, oh, this is watching.
Game over.
It's
Yeah.
watching Picasso paint. Watching my wife argue with someone else. It's like,
And you see them make a misstep,
maestro.
and you're like, you don't know what you just did.
No, with them from them. Yeah, my wife don't misstep. She catches it though.
No, but if the other person missteps,
Oh,
you're
you're
like,
fucked.
you just exposed
You're
yourself.
fucked.
Just wait.
CIA believes that all people are born with a spy secret superpower. For some people, that means they can win deals. For others, they can spot liars. Some can even seduce lovers. I built a free 3-minute test to help reveal to you exactly what your secret hidden superpower is. All you have to do is click on the link in the description below, take the test, and start using your spy superpower to stay ahead of 99% of people.
Okay, so Mark kind of he made you look cool. You really played hardball with CIA.
Mark's
You
nice.
kind of did.
He wants to fuck me.
But you,
Okay, hold on.
that makes sense.
One sec. I gave them a very honest depiction of what we discussed, okay? And then he butchered it.
You want to fuck.
I mean, that part is good. That part is good.
Honestly,
Come on.
what did I get wrong, Al? From what Mark told us.
I don't know.
He wasn't listening to a fucking word, I promise you.
We had an hour-long
I was
call
going to be in the
about this.
Central Unintelligence
Jesus
Agency.
Christ.
That's what he's going to be in.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so I'm glad we got that out of the way, because then my first thought was you would have made way more money if you didn't work with CIA. Why would you do that? But then you wanted to protect your people in the field, so that makes sense. So guys who think he's still an agent, that's why he did that. Because I was trying to give you that as well, really let you defend yourself.
I keep racking up points. My whole ACH exercise did not work out.
No, dude.
I'm kind of screwed.
I thought ACH was how you send money. To be honest with you. Okay.
Wait, you weren't worried about the CIA killing you for your wife going and threatening legal action against them?
So no.
They've killed a lot more for less.
Well, two things. So first, the modern day CIA has a lot of. I would say they can't kill an American citizen, but I'm sure there's always an exception. I don't feel like
We used to be a country, bro. What happened, right? This is such a shame.
I don't think that working on the book was going to meet that criteria. And then two, one of the nice things about being a pro CIA very public internet figure
Yeah.
is like it would make internet headlines if I suddenly disappeared and
Yeah.
people were like, did CIA kill Andrew Bustamante? And then they'd have to answer that at some point.